Back to you guys.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Jayhawks kicker headed toward the football, and their season is now officially underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll give it to the transfer, first carry of the season. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Still running at the 40. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. They've got a little more work to do after that holding call. It's 2nd and long. Turns out it's Farmer. He's dropped.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Snap to the back. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
And I think on that last run play on 3rd down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming in.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting him get outside and making the big tackle.
They give it to the freshman, his first carry. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Out wide left, it's Thomas. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, 3rd down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. And you can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and you know that is driving.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
The defense was dialed in. They knew exactly what they were doing. They weren't fooled by it. They weren't fooled by the read game at all. Played discipline, kept eyes on the quarterback, strung that along toward the sideline, and made the big tackle.
Dropping back, it's Barnett. Out wide right, it's Watson. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
It's a really nice job by the cornerback playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball. And this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rigged running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Going to take a shot. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover. They give it to him first time this season for the transfer. 7-yard pickup on that one is now 2nd and 3.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Just feeds the running back. At the 40, there he goes. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. The Jayhawks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Keeps it on the ground. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, in recent years, Kansas's offense has been most dynamic and most dangerous when they've been able to run the football. That was certainly the case when Devin Neal was there. And so who's going to be that new guy, David? I know it's a portal to bring some familiar faces, maybe some guys that a lot of Kansas fans may already know about based on who this team has had to play, but no question, they've got to run the ball.
I just slipped on the fucking man. Nigga stumble going through the fucking hole.
This is an offense that likes to run the football. They want to be physical. That's how they start on offense.
Unloads to the wideout.
Fuck me.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed and with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
Scanning the field, it's Barnett. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. Right side, it's Wade. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. Finds his man. It's Ashley. First catch of the season for this highly touted wide receiver. And, man, their fans have been hungry to see that.
Look, I know this offense didn't have the opening drive of the game they would have liked, but the defense now came away with a massive takeaway. Now you're seeing how that affects the offense. They're playing with a little bit of a pep in the step. Nice throw there, getting the first down. This offense all of a sudden looks a whole lot different than what they did the last time out.
He stopped and forced out of bounds just short.
There's no way
They'll mark it at the 11.
he gets a speed burst. That nigga not even
Looks like
fast.
he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical. Understand the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Give to the running back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The Knights are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Still nothing on the board as we open up play here in the 2nd quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Looking to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
Man, you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
Not gonna make it, and the fourth down gamble backfires.
Low man wins. Defense that time on fourth down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. On the run, it's Edwards. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And a lot of times they'll fit up front. You know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Offense gets set for second down. Nowhere to go.
And this offense doesn't have much space to go backwards anymore. Right? They've given that up, man. You got to be physical. You got to find a way to get this ball out of the area of your own end zone. You don't want to flirt with the safety, and that means being physical and getting your back downhill, not going backwards.
Backing up and backing up on the first two plays now to try to throw it in drive on third down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. And the Jayhawks send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. From midfield, looking for room. Good coverage on that one, and they get him almost immediately. The Knights start this drive as the offense looks ready to go. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Now on the move. He's past the sticks. There he goes. To the house. Touchdown, UCF. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 25-yard line, gets it right back to the touchback position, and the offense will take over. Kansas offense out there poised and ready to go to work. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put it in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
throw. It's Marshall. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll move the wide receiver. In the backfield, it's Thomas. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. The holding penalty will make it 1st and 20. Here's a give to Watson. He's out past the 35. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. 2nd and long here. Motion from the wide receiver. They give it to him again. And he could not get loose on the run.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants to go deep. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the air, it's Marshall. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. They went for it all on 1st down, didn't connect, but it gave the D something to think about.
And so far, man, everything's been difficult for this offense. And credit to the defense. They've taken away all the easy stuff. The easy perimeter throws, the quick throws. Nice job playing fast, playing physical. But this QB's got to get a little bit more in rhythm. Be a little bit more patient. Go through his progressions a little bit better. Right now, so far, it's an 0 for 4 start.
Quick give. It's Edwards. Picked up about 6. They're looking at 3rd and 4.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Churns into the pile. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success.
They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. And the defense got it. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. A handoff for Watson. Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Knights!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Got to to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Long way to go on second down. Dropping back, it's Marshall. He uncorks one deep. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time,
Throws it deep. And that'll be incomplete. They weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wide receiver going in motion. Makes the quick grab. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Here's a give to Watson. Runs through the tackle. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. Under pressure. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Still second down, but now the offense is operating behind the chains. Looking to pass. It's Barnett. Rushes on. And he avoids the sack.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be fourth down after the rare drop from this dude.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. See some running room. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Right back to the well. Not a lot of room to work. He made sure that football was secured. It'll be third down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. just enough time for one final play in this half. Making the adjustment. Looking for a man. It's Jenkins. Got his man down the middle. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with the San Jose State Spartans taking on the Eastern Michigan Eagles. And it's San Jose State able to pull off the upset in this one, but by the narrowest of margins. And that's now victory number 1 on the season. Hey, every journey begins with a first step, and this team will bask in the glory of this one for at least 24 hours.
Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays.
He's going to let it go. He's got it down the left side. All the way across the 50, into plus territory, and finally stopped at the 43. The Jayhawks have it with a 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. He's not afraid to go deep. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They'd love nothing more than to take advantage of that early second half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the second half. And it looks like they've made a few adjustments. That time, they were able to get in the backfield, get to him, and bring him to the ground.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
His running ability has been, I think, the biggest key for his offense's success so far in this game. That time on the RPO, nobody open, and he just takes off running. And we've seen him do it in a variety of ways, on designed runs, on scrambles, and even in the RPO game. He's making the right decisions, and he's just too athletic for this defense to tackle.
He's now up to 104 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. The Knights back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Here's Duke one more time. Pushes ahead for one. It's 2nd and 9.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After run, now throw. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
On a ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Moves to his right. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, UCF! What a grab in the end zone for 6. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. This could end up being the biggest drive of the game. Down 21-0, you have to keep it from getting out of hand. Out wide right, it's Cox. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Fresh center downs going to the air. He unleashes a long one. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
And, man, this home crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum, and get these guys on their feet yelling.
3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week. Cuts it upfield. It's Edwards. Got enough for the 1st down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good 3rd down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you wanted. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
They got it blocked just enough and a good gain on that run.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. The 20, past the 10. Touchdown, Jayhawks. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Motion from the wideout. He'll pull it down and run. Turning it on. And he has vexed this defense with scramble after scramble. Has another first down.
What an individual effort there by the quarterback on the RPO, because everybody was covered. He just takes off, and he shows you his ability out in the open field. He's like a running back. He's got great vision. He's got the speed. He looks so natural when he's in the second level carrying the rock. Huge gain on offense by the Q. I love it on that play.
That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. A quick pause here to look at the numbers as they are threatening to pull away in this game. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Watson again. Here's got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown Knights! And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Jayhawks rock out to start this drive. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked. And
we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Sets his feet. It's Jenkins. Fires to the tight end. At the 35, he's got room. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
This has been a frustrating day. They haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game.
Makes the grab in their space. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
And the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on.
There he goes to the left. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass on second down. Hit as he throws. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. UCF hoping to get things rolling here on offense. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football run the ball down their throats and impose our will. That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
A run for the quarterback. Slides to the ground after picking up the first. Great play on second and short.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win. He picks up the big first down.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. The Knights with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. On the stop.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who it was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that one.
Third and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. He wants to take the top off. He caught it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
And, man, that is so frustrating for this defense. You got them where you wanted them. You backed them up on third down. You knew they were going to throw the football, but they just couldn't stop them. They give up the first down, and time is running out. This defense is going to have to get aggressive.
Knocked down in the backfield, and, boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And the offense trying now to put this thing away. They're going to keep running the football to keep bleeding the clock. They've got the lead here late, now down by the goal line. Just take as many seconds off the clock as you can before snapping this football and keep running.
Brought down short of the end zone, and that'll bring up third and goal. They've moved it right to the precipice of a score, and they need one more yard. On the move. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, UCF!
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Oh, he's got some space. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Looking for room at the 30. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The offense uses a timeout, 15 seconds left to play. And the Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some...
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Got to make the play on 4th. That's it. A sack to end it as they finish off this one in style. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great.
You don't see this every day. They're lining up for an onside kick on the opening kickoff. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
Headed for the corner, it's Lacey.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Unloads it left. He's got it. Touchdown, Hurd! A great catch and run for 6. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. possession on 1st and 10. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Uh-oh, look out. There he goes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
And the Red Wolves want to move quickly. The run inside. It's Allen. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. 3rd and short now from their own 48. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play. Offense staying on the field. They'll hurry up on 4th down. They'll run it on 4th down. He's not going to get there. He needed 2 yards, but he just got 1, and the defense comes up with a stop. Back to throw, it's Chambliss. They're all over him. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It was a really nice job on the route concept because they got the safety occupied, which opened up the deep middle of the field for the receiver on the post. He uses his speed. Nice job by the quarterback, putting it out in front of him. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see, quarterback, 1 snap, put it in the end zone.
He's pissing you something.
He'll bring it back looking for help.
All right, not ideal, right? Not ideal. You're an offense. You want to get a good kickoff return, but you're starting inside your own 10. Now come out, set the tone, get some high percentage completion. You might not go with that script you had because you thought you might have a little better field position. But you just get some few 1st downs, get that first down right now.
Rolls right. Now he'll throw back into the middle. Snags it on the right. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Whoa.
After the big
Don't do
play to
that.
start, now they are on the move at their
Don't
own
tell me
45.
about
They'll give it on the counter. Drop
Don't tell me.
immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
You just told me don't touch you.
Commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Escapes the pressure going right. Throws to the wideout. And he gets it away.
This is going to be
Feel sorry for your mother.
this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down.
And I think on that last play,
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Snaps it, he has to have it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacey. Carrying the ball with an edge and hammering his way to the 40.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. The Thundering Herd needing less than a yard here on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Chambliss. Finds his man. Purdy on the Jets. All the way. Touchdown, Marshall. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Drops back on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Right side, it's Singleton. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds, marking at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Off play action on first down. Throws for the tight end. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
And man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Unleashes one deep. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Inside the 15. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. The Red Wolves have it with a first and goal. They'll move the tight end. Firing to the right, complete. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Something in my nose, man. That's my first time doing that.
Trying to pound it in.
Pussy.
And he's in. Touchdown, Arkansas State.
And sometimes these games can snowball. You get
Come
down
to the door.
21, next thing you know, you look up, it might be 35. Nice answer. Put a drive together.
Oh.
Now the defense has got to get you a stop. Then you try to put
Oh,
another drive together. One possession at a time. Try to climb back in this football game.
Riding up to add another. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Guys, it is Marshall carrying the lead into the quarter break. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Still just a two-possession game. A lot of time to go as they try for the onside kick here. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard.
What do you want from me?
Now let's find out what this offense can do. You've got to make them pay for gambling.
Let him.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field.
Now, push it.
It's strong.
Leave that around.
It is round. It's like you.
On the ground.
I'm about to pee. I'm
What?
about to pee.
On the pickup,
Let
it's
it be.
2nd and 6.
And those body blows
That's it.
really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the
Okay.
defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4-yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains.
Throws for the end zone.
You think so?
Had it in his hands for the score and let it
Right,
go
okay.
to the turf. It'll be third down.
I mean, what?
He's had some success, man, throwing the football in the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
And they're not on the same page there.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Marshall trying to move the sticks on 4th down. Snaps it and he has to have it. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted to stop the threat. Taking it the other way. Gets the return down to the 25-yard line and a big turnover caused by this defense. The Red Wolves offense coming out to start the drive. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown, they can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not
He lets it fly. He's got it on the outside. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Looking for a man. It's Chambliss. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Grabbed behind the line. It's Lacy. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. And an explosive play. Has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. The short hands, it's Matthews. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Throws to the wideout. Makes a catch. Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knock him down at the 3. They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. Going to the run, it's Lacy. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Herd! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out, start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way. When you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Straight ahead, it's Charles. Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. And the Red Wolves moving quickly to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Thundering Herd.
How about a game-changing play for this defense, stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He's got great speed. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Back to throw, it's Levin. It's dropped after taking the hit.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical.
He'll take the deep shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure second down misfire. Slings it downfield. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be fourth down.
One of the things I love about this offense is they look...
But look at this. They're not setting up to punt. They're going to try to cut into this lead, and this is a huge risk late in the half. Snaps on fourth down. Looking to the big tight end. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. On third down, he drops to throw. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Red Wolves! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
Looking to throw, it's Levin. He's got it for the 2-point conversion. On the run from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wants to throw on first. Throws for the tight end. Makes the catch. It's Fleming. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. Marshall doing damage through the air, and now back to work. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Right down the middle. Left side, it's Johnson. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. He's looking to throw.
Well, just nowhere to go there, and it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, and give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Touchdown, Marshall! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Coming out with it, it's Singleton. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll go to the fullback. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Second half just about ready to go, and Marshall will kick it off. was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's picked off for the third time today. Looking for more room. He scampers out of bounds right at the 19-yard line, and man, are they set up. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Tough run here. It's Lacey. He'll be brought down in the 10-yard line at the 9.
And you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the foot.
Looking for the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Herd!
And if you're the head coach, you are absolutely loving this. You're up big on the scoreboard because your defense keeps getting takeaways, and on offense, in sudden change situations, you're turning it into touchdowns. That right there, phenomenal job. Great decision by the quarterback. He finds his open man. They connect. Everything going their way, David.
And I love when they stay aggressive after a turnover. That is the number one thing we're always yelling in the huddle as a defense. Sudden change.
You just asked for him. No, she did.
And they did. They stayed aggressive, continuing to add to this lead, doing what they want when they want.
On the move from inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 25-yard line, gets it right back to the touchback position, and the offense will take over. Arkansas State ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarter.
Wide open on the right. The 30. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Red Wolves. He got a step and just dusted the field. How about this? A two-point conversion coming. Trying to get the corner. He'll pitch it. He will not get there. Brought down at the 1, and the two-point try is no good. That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Marshall takes over the ball. The thundering Herd offense coming out. Play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Thundering Herd!
It's so challenging to stop the middle of the field passes deep down. You stretch me in these zones. I got to run with you in man. It's always a good idea to run those deep posts, and you can tell they saw it all the way. Receiver, quarterback on same page, gets the big touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. Arkansas State ready to get this drive going. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up.
Sprinting away. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
How about the big man making it happen on the ground?
He's not used to having that much space. There was a time when he was sort of looking around for someone to tackle him.
I get a kick out of that. They do. They're not used to running, and they know they're not going to run away from everybody in their field, so like, wait a minute, where's he coming from? He's going to catch me. It's just a matter of time.
The Red Wolves want to crank the tempo. Looks as if he's going to run it. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Second and long here. Third and long coming up. Hits inside. It's Taylor. He is stopped inside the 15 at the 14-yard line, and an interesting call here on fourth down. They go play action with Russell. Buying time to his right. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Arkansas State. Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
So Marshall is out on the field and ready to get this drive cranked up. To the air, it's Chambliss. Throws to the tight end. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. From the gun, it's Lacey. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Kept it on the ground. Now they'll throw. Out wide right, it's Fleming. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've reached the break, and Marshall is on top. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. From the red zone, it's Lacey. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. Touchdown, Marshall! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
They shut him down immediately. They tried to pop the fullback loose and no running room there. Throwing Russell. Keeping his eyes downfield. Now he's going to throw back to the middle. He's got it for a big play. He's loose. He's at the 10. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting, and they're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched, but here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight, because as a coach, you want to know next time you take the field which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
The Thundering Herd offense ready to come out and get this drive going. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Pick up of 8, it's now 2nd and 2.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Offense threatening 1st and 10 from the 31. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Breaks into the open. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Needs it here on 4th down. Fires toward the end zone. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. And give him another 6. Grabs him for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Here comes the 2-point try. Driving forward, it's Lacy. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Keelan Russell. Oh, pressure's coming. And down he goes. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football.
And, guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Throws to the wideout. And that is how we will wrap this one up. Not a lot of drama in this one as they just get punched in the face and lose.